everybody. We would like to start with a question for all of you. So, who here uses exactly one online platform? These are some examples that you can use. Right. Who uses exactly 2 platforms? Who uses 3 or more platforms? Right. So, as you can see, online platforms are used by a lot of people, and most people use multiple platforms, and probably quite a lot. Now, what good does this do us? These online platforms are ways to identify people. If you look at me, I have multiple online platforms like Snapchat, Facebook, whatever. And you can make a good profile of me just by looking at my data, even without knowing me. Now, how does this help the police? We want to be able to look at dark web vendors and try to identify it. How are we going to do this? Anti-incognito. Because you shouldn't be incognito, we should know who you are. You're doing bad stuff. Now, how is anti-incognito going to do this? First, we're going to profile individuals, and Anna will discuss this later. We will also look at their role in a possible criminal network, and if they have it. Now, how are we going to profile these individuals? We are going to first look at the dark web, at data that we know is somewhat accurate. We look at the vendors, what they sell, especially their username, like previous groups have done. We then have implemented a web scraper that goes through different social platforms or online platforms, like we just showed you, and it'll look at data that could identify a person. We then put all this data into our genetic algorithm, which will then mutate all the data we have and give us a nice profile of one person. Now, if you do this multiple times, you can get profiles of multiple people, of course. Now, the beautiful thing about knowing things from multiple people is that you can make a network.
Okay, so it's very nice to have data about individuals, but we know that the context those individuals are in might also influence a lot on the investigation process. So one of the functionalities of our tool is basically building different networks based on different parameters of data we got from the scraping and the genetic algorithm process Sidney has described. Based on this network, we can apply many different techniques. We can use clustering algorithms, centrality algorithms to find how do these people that sell drugs in the dark web data relate to, who sells similar stuff. Are they connected? Who is more relevant? Like who is ruling all of this stuff? So that's our prototype. We have anti-incognito. From that, we can build a heat map that we can basically use to show where are these posts coming from, where are these people shipping their products from, how many users do we have per country. We can also filter the data through many different types of products they announce on the market and create a nice visualization that can be useful for many things. You can also do the profile for the vendors. You can show like who is more active, where are they located, country if we don't get a good location information from the other data sources. Maybe something more specific depending on what the web scraping find. What do they sell? How much money are they moving around? And we can locate them on the map. You can also download this data in different formats so different people can use it. We can also filter this data to create different data sets, and based on these queries and filtering, we can build the networks we talk about with different data parameters and explore possibilities for the data. We honestly believe that combining individual data with network context might really help solve the anonymity issue on the dark web. We want to bring these people into the open and help find a way to do so. And we believe that combining data from multiple social networks is way more strong and powerful than analyzing these different data sets separately. So we hope it helps.
Okay. the genetic algorithm do, and how does it help you to create user profiles?
Okay, well, maybe I can answer that question. It's about augmenting the data set that we currently have about the users. So we start with basic data that we can get from the dark web. Usually that's user profile, usernames, I mean, that most dark web users would be proud of. We also filter that for locations and products which they are typical for selling. And from there we can start matching a profile based on that simple data with a profile based on data from Twitter under the same username. And given the mix of those two, we can assign a fitness or a risk rating to each of these users. And then depending on how well the data fits to what we would expect, so if the fitness rating is high, we can keep on expanding on this user profile until we can hopefully even identify or properly investigate a certain individual.
How do you find the risk? Do we have labeled data, or?
Well, it depends on the type of products that they use, it depends on the connections, it depends on the risk of the countries they're in. It can be calculated in many different ways.
Okay, thanks.
Any other questions, maybe?
How well would your system perform if you don't have similar usernames in
Well, we can always analyze it according to the countries, according to groups of, like when we're creating a network, the connections between people, and perhaps even groups of products which are commonly being sold in certain locations. So we can really cater to our own needs depending on what we would like to visualize, what we would like to see in our network, what we would like to get the heat.
Thank you.